Okay, so welcome everybody. My name is Uncle Bruce, if you have never met me before. So I'm older than everybody here, so that's why they call me Uncle Bruce. So anyway, I just wanted to invite everybody to have a good time tonight, and we have a special speaker tonight. His name is Chrystian, and Chrystian is Brazilian or was Brazilian, but now he lives in Ireland. Okay. And so I met Chrystian. I don't know exactly how we met, but we met here on English Brazil channels. And he said, well, I want to help out too. So I said, okay, that's great. So Chrystian is in Ireland and he works in IT, but I'm not going to spoil the whole story. I'm going to let him introduce himself to you guys. Go ahead, Chrystian.
So guys, how are you all? So basically, I'm here. I've been here in Ireland since 2015. It's been like pretty much 10 years. First came here for English, didn't speak at all. So I couldn't even take a cab when I came here. After that, like after living 1 year, I really hated this country. The food was very different. Like I was very attached to rice and beans. For me, it was the first time I was experiencing the basmati rice. For me, it was really way difficult for me to get used to this country, this culture. And basically, I was supposed to be here 1 year. I finished my 1 year here studying. I went straight back to Brazil, like relive. Then all that food, because I'm very attached to food, I'm very into food. So that food that I was like that I had in my mind didn't exist. And Brazil, like, I don't know, just stopped being the way that I used to, let's say, to know. Then I'm very like into IT. I'm an IT guy, so the internet here is way faster compared to Brazil, especially in
No,
2013,
no.
2014, No, it was really like, I mean, in the network, the carrier like Vivo, Claro, whatever, like all the data allowance. So we don't have it here. So like after 2 weeks, I was back here, I don't know how. Then second time, I started to be very nice here. And then like I would say like I love this country now. Like it's very different compared to Brazil, like differently like in terms of a lot of things. Like we're gonna discuss that later, but like it's been like a very pleasure for me to be living here in Ireland. So like it's very hard. I don't know how come like I could like hate that in the first year, but now I'm very used to like I'm not Irish, but I feel Irish sometimes because I'm very like into their culture. I know what they do, and I do a lot of things they do. I'm not eating like that much potato the way they do here, but like I don't depend on rice and beans anymore. So I figure out like that there are other types of food, and there's no really rice and beans like in Brazil. The only thing that I miss in Brazil is the barbecue, which is amazing, the rodízio service, and of course the sandwich, like when you go to trailer. And in the capital is not that nice, Bruce. Sorry for saying that, but really you're not like enjoying that as much as you could, because when you go like to rural area, countryside, like in the small towns, they are amazing, So I'd say that's my story, like if you have any like any other question, like feel free to drop it, then I'll be very
Oh,
happy
yeah,
to.
that's why they're here. They want to talk to you. They want to hear your language because you speak different than I do. You speak a little British, don't you? You like your beer in the pints, not in the liter. No, you like the liter. What do we have? We have quarts, okay? A quart of beer. But you have a pint of beer.
Yeah, true.
But you don't call it beer, you call it ale.
Yeah, why? I never heard that.
No, that's what they call it in England. Isn't it
Oh,
the
in
same in
England? Oh, okay.
Ireland?
No, like they always say pint here for me, really.
Oh, they
That's
just say
good.
pint, huh?
Yeah, pint Guinness and beer.
Okay. So anyway, guys, it's your time. I'm not here to talk. I'm here to listen to you talk. So create your questions. Whatever you want to ask them.
Yeah, if anyone wants to come to Ireland also, I might be able to help you with the steps. Like there's a lot of things on YouTube, but at least like I can tell you something like that's not that easy, the country here. But like a lot of challenge, especially because a lot of Brazilians living here. So it depends like who you know. You're not gonna speak English at all, you know. You just come here to speak Portuguese.
That's not good.
No.
So anybody have the first question? Because I can create questions all day, but this is the time for you. Eder, go ahead, man.
Oh, hello guys. Good evening. Hi, Christian. Nice to meet you, man.
Nice to meet you too.
Okay, so I curious to know a little bit more St. Patrick Party, the famous party from Ireland. All
Yeah.
right. I'm not sure, but in this party, people wearing red, green, and drink beer. All right. Is it correct?
That's
Could you
true.
explain a little bit about this party?
Yeah, so it's basically it's a famous like parade here. It's also known as Paddy Day. Okay, it's a like short name for St. Patrick's. So Paddy's Day here is more like a lot of people go to the parade. Like it's kind of like very nice. Everyone just dressing like some costume, you know, like for the word now, leptrum. What I just forgot the word leptrum. That's the word, right, Bruce?
What are you saying?
I'm saying that one that people just they wear that costume for Paddy's Day is leptrum.
Oh, like a leprechaun?
Leprechaun, yeah, that's the word. Sorry. So yeah, so people just dress like that, everyone, and go on the street, like have a lot of pints. So technically, there's a nice tradition here. Like you should go like on every single pub for 10 times, you know, in different pub and having a pint of Guinness in each pub. So technically, like one pint is kind of like half a liter of pint, you know, a beer. So in the end, we have like drunk like 5 liters, no, afterwards.
Oh my
You can't
gosh.
even get your address where you live anymore because you can't get back home. But Irish and England, usually European, they're very hard. They really can have a lot of alcohol, you know. So basically here is amazing, you know, when it's St. Patrick, it's a really nice time to be here in March. It's like on March 17th. That's when it's celebrated here, the Pad's Day. So it's like I also see something in US, like they dye the river no with green. And somewhere also in Paris they do the same, but like in Ireland is the, let's say, the genuine one, you know, when the party really starts, you know. It's also because I don't know if you ever heard that it's Paddy's St. Patrick is known one like because he was responsible to kill all the snakes here in Ireland. So there is no snakes in Ireland. So if you are afraid, you can be very okay because here there's no snakes. So I don't know if that's only like a myth, no, or it's a real story. But like at least I never seen a snake here. Like when you go to the garden, like it's okay. You can just lay down there, so nothing's gonna just bite you, you know. So it's completely safe.
So is that myth about your coach or so?
Yeah.
Okay.
How long,
Keep going.
How long do is time? How long St. Patrick Party lasts?
Yeah, so it celebrates on March 17th. So basically, that day is the day of the parade. So here in Ireland, like whenever is like the bank holiday or public holiday, it's just postponed to Monday. Like except St. Patrick's. St. Patrick is always on 17th. So when it's like Friday, that's the best because you're gonna have like Friday off, Saturday, Sunday, and also Monday for some reason. So it's like in Brazil, you know, like when it's Friday, like you just get everything done. So you start being very like celebrating everything, you know, start being drunk like on Friday, then on Sunday you can't even remember who you are anymore, you know. But it's amazing, really. If you have the chance to come here, like on St. Patrick's, do it because it would be like what Carnival is for us is St. Patrick's for them, you know.
Okay. Marcella, are you there?
Yeah, I think more about the
Hi guys, I'm so sorry. My audio is not good. I'm from my cell phone.
Okay.
But
This is
I
absolutely
want
okay.
to know more, Chrystian, about your work, you know, your field, your role in the company. Bruce told us that you work with IT, right?
Yeah, I do. You work in IT, yeah.
Yeah, so tell us more about that. Thank you.
Yeah, so nice to meet you, Marcela. So basically, I've been working IT since I was 16, 17. So for me in Ireland, it was like just a new company, but at the same time, a new area in IT, because now I've been working cybersecurity since 2019.
Tell us what happened today. It's you
I
guys.
will get there. I'll get there. So pretty much like
I work for a cybersecurity company called UPX.
Say that again.
UPX. That's a Brazilian company, a startup company, and they work with you should know DDoS defense. DDoS defense.
No, never
That's the
heard of it.
technology.
TTOS defense. No, never heard the name. Doesn't ring any bell here. But like for me, it's more it was something very new because I came from like the process, like I mean IT governance. So when I don't know how come I was hired, to be honest, but here let's say the competition is way like less compared to Brazil, because you're never gonna be hired to Google, like, and in Brazil depends like what you do, because there's you and plus 2,000 more people to get interviewed, you know. And in Brazil, I know like how many steps and how many stages of the interview you have until you get the job. So it's like 8, 9, like have like you need to be writing your essay, like what's ridiculous here. No one does that here. And you have like some like psychology, you know, like just watching your steps, how you behave. So here is really straightforward. You go to interview, you talk about the job, you like it, the hiring manager like you get a job. So pretty much like what I do nowadays is being working cybersecurity is more like you work with a lot of threats, and threats, in what I say threat, I mean cyber defense, cyber attacks are very common nowadays, and the biggest target, they are the government, because the government, they hold information, okay, in terms of strategy, what to do with another country, what they know about our country, what they know about themselves. So the main target is this one. So the threat actor, which is known as hacker for everybody. So they really target companies, actually those governments, to try to steal information, try to figure out what they are doing. If the information is nice, like the WikiLeaks, like that we have in the US, once like they just like leak all that data like around the world. So for instance, like it's so important that about cybersecurity that today what we had with CrowdStrike is our competitor, by the way. They have an issue with the agent, okay?
Oh,
the software.
CrowdStrike is your competitor.
Yeah, they are.
Oh.
Yeah, so what they do is they do something very similar that we do, offer very similar services. So when like it's crowd, not cloud, okay?
Oh, it's cloud?
Yeah, CrowdStrike. That's the name of it.
It's the same with CrowdStrike that it's popular on
Oh.
Instagram because of the arrow.
Like CrowdStrike like this?
Oh, yes, the
Like
same.
this. So basically what happened is everyone, like every computer that was running on Windows and running their agent, because of one update they have, something goes wrong and they are experiencing like what you call in Brazil, like the blue death screen, you know?
Wow.
Diet, yes. It's a
Unbelievable.
polemic.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
Crazy, man.
Yeah, so
Come
like,
on for a Friday.
so yeah, it's bad. Yeah, you know, like in IT how it is for the
Oh,
Friday.
no, this is not 13th of Friday. You know, Friday the 13th, I understand, but it's only the 12th.
Yeah, no, also like to be
I'm
honest,
sorry,
like, it's back on
19th.
Thursday, you know. So yeah, a lot of like airports, they depend on this because they're using this
Banks.
software, like, and Sky News or like Sky, a lot of like services here also in Ireland. Some customers of ours, like they do have both products combined. So they are also affected. They are like pushing us to help them out. But like pretty much what happened is like one software that wasn't tested like before, let's say, deployed in production properly, they start causing a lot of issues. And the point is like one of the fix is you need to reboot the machine and start the machine on boot mode, which is done like technically manually. And it's a bit difficult for you to do the rollback remotely. So you can imagine like some companies like have like 10,000 of machines, deployed. So they need to go one by one until they find a way to get rid of the software, And since the software goes like very, let's say, very high, very low in terms of accessing some resource on Windows or operation system, it means that it's not that easy to remove the software because the software has a lot of permission and privilege that requires you to do a lot of, let's say, authentication, before you taking out or uninstalling the software per se. So yeah, I don't know how common it's going to be that, but technically is one of the biggest, like, it's not a cyber attack, okay? But that's a problem. Because of it, some hackers or some threat actors can take advantage of this and get to the system because they are kind of vulnerable at the moment.
Okay. Hey, Rain, did you have another question?
Yes, yes.
comments? I'll get you next, Rodrigo.
Okay. I'm a developer, so I'm searching for a remote job at the exterior. So, do you have any tip for me? I know it's the difference from you are a security person than I am a developer person, but do you have any tips for me to get the job?
As a dev person, like it's way easier for you than for me. Kind of like you can do a lot of jobs, like I was telling, I think Valerio once, like in our IT session, like 2 weeks ago, that technically it's not that easy to get a job being in Brazil, but it's easy for you if you're willing to move to Europe. One of like the, let's say, entry country here in Europe is Malta. They do hire a lot of people because it's a lot of like a gambling company there. So they do have a lot of support and dev job there. So if you go to LinkedIn and put Malta, you see a lot of place that you can actually companies that you can apply for. But like what I can tell you is a lot of people is afraid of applying because they judge that they don't have English enough. What I can tell you is if you're able to speak, if you're able to communicate, if you're able to understand what they're asking for, especially dev, because all the, let's say, specifications, you just get like all them like written, you can do your job, like you just need to share what's going on. But like it's really easy for you because you'll be the one who's speaking, So what I can tell you is don't be afraid. Don't be be very confident about your English because they don't judge you. They really take that as a compliment, actually, because for them, you speak more than one language. Like Bruce, you can see, he doesn't speak Portuguese. So we are the one speaking his language while he doesn't have a second language, So for them, they kind of they appreciate our effort in communicating to their language, in their language, not in ours. So for them, it's like, nice. While in Brazil, we judge when a gringo go to Brazil, like when they go there, we say, look the way they speaking,
But I follow.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We make fun of it,
Pretty good, Bruce. Wow.
Of course, sorry.
They appreciate it, so it's very different.
I didn't notice the accent. The Bruce Portuguese is pretty good. Just kidding.
Oh, Rodrigo has a question.
Yeah.
And also, real quick, Chrystian, can they contact you?
Yeah, sure.
Can you put your number in the chat?
Yeah,
Can they contact you by WhatsApp?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, you have an Irish area code there, so it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so Rodrigo, please.
Okay. Hello, Chrystian.
Hey, how you doing?
Probably my question is the main question today. Is there a difference between green beer and normal beer, or just a color added, or there are difference in the taste of this beer?
Man,
So the people drink the green beer in the practice day.
I'm not that first to answer that because believe it or not, I don't drink beer. No, like
Oh my! Oh, it's a shame.
No.
Same team.
A
For
lot
me,
of
it's the same way. Always when someone starts
fake
talking
beers,
about beer, I
option.
get like
yeah,
I'm
a
not-
lot
I'm
of
not-
buds.
I'm not-
Oh my
What I can
gosh!
tell you is like based on my friends, because when I was in Brazil, I used to hear that you're gonna love the beers there. Like you're gonna start drinking beer because there's no way you not like the beer there. What I can tell you is I think now like it's very the same because in Brazil like you can have like the same beers that like they have here like Budweiser, like any like Heineken. In Brazil before like I don't know like when you said you were in Brazil, Bruce, when did you arrive there?
18 years ago.
Brazil? Really?
Yeah.
18? Okay, so yeah, so pretty much like it was like Skol, Kaiser, Brahma, and I don't know
my
whatever.
gosh, man, why?
Skol.
How do you know about it?
That's what I'm saying. Like in Brazil, these beers used to be in Brazil very common. Now,
Yeah.
now we can have like access to all them, you know. So they know for me, in my opinion, like based on what I asked friends, you know, what they told me, they're very similar. No, there's no difference because you can import them. But like regarding Guinness, the Guinness here, which is the black beer.
Yeah.
Apparently, like the best one you can get is in Temple Bar. Go on Temple Bar Street. There is a Temple Bar pub there. That's the way they pour that. Like it's the best way ever. No, so everyone says that's different. Like if you get like the can, is one thing.
Hey, Chrystian, I have a question about the drinks. For example, I really don't know about if Ireland is a Scot country as well.
Scotch country.
Yeah, Scot. Yeah,
No,
Scot.
No, they have like two Irelands here. No, the Republic of Ireland,
Yeah.
and North of Ireland is technically belongs to UK, you know. But
Yeah.
it's still in the same, it is on the same land. So for Belfast belongs to North Ireland. Therefore, they are UK. They are British. It's still Irish, but they consider
Belfast is British. Is more British.
yeah, they
Belfast.
consider themselves British, you know. But they're not
Okay.
still the same thing, you know. They're still the same land, you know.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so that's nice one. So, see, that's Northern Ireland.
Okay.
So, but still on the same land, like the country is very small.
Yeah, I don't know the there are two countries I know, but my question, and I'm not sure if I was clear enough, but if the Scot, the drink, you know, is part of your culture as well. That was my question.
The
Actually,
Scotch
the
whiskey?
Scotch.
Yeah,
Yes,
the
exactly.
whiskey.
Yeah, the whiskey.
No, the whiskey.
not the country. I know about the country.
No. Yeah, no. The whiskey here, the famous one is the Jameson one.
The jam. Oh, okay. Because I am exactly like you. I don't like beer, but I have a small love about the Scot, the taste, the flavor, and sometimes I take some. I make my tries now, but yeah, I didn't know if I try some drink from your country, and of course I know about the beer culture is super strong over there.
Yeah, the Jameson, the Jameson whiskey is one of the famous here. Like you can just get with lime, so you just drop some lime there. Like technically, it's amazing, but I don't drink whiskey either. I just have like some wine. So
Oh, wine!
Yeah.
You're a wine guy.
yeah, well here the wine
Wine is good. Yeah.
Yeah, and here it's really good because you have access to all of them. Oh, basically it's fair price, you know. It's not like in Brazil we have
What
like.
city do you live in, Chrystian?
I'm living down in Cork, just south.
Oh,
Let's go
it's
down.
how do you spell it? CORK?
Yeah, cork. Yeah, the same that you have in the bottle of wine.
Cork,
Yeah.
Ireland. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So that's technically the biggest city in Ireland, you know,
How
because
big, for example, how many inhabitants over in your town?
like in terms of like population, like Dublin is like is biggest, okay, is the biggest
Yeah,
one.
the capital.
Well, like in terms of like area, Cork is the biggest area here. So they have a lot of like they don't like each other. Cork and Dublin, Cork. They do
Okay.
hate each other. It's the same like São Paulo and Rio, or like Brazil and Portugal, Ireland versus England. You know, like it's kind of like they just make joke about it, like.
But this relationship is historical, come from the really past. This
Yeah,
kind of
because apparently Cork was the capital of Ireland before, so they I don't know why they moved to Dublin.
Gotcha.
And also Dublin, they speak very different. For instance, like I can give you some examples. If you go like a lot of people there, they don't pronounce pub, they pronounce pub.
Pub.
Yeah.
Pub.
And
like more Latin.
Yeah, like another thing is like, you know, when you're lucky, have sort. When you're lucky, they say look. They say, oh, you're so lucky. So, but like, it's really weird. And another thing is like, when I used to have interview, like before, when I used to live in Dublin, they used to ask me about the budget, IT budget. They do pronounce budget. And I had no idea what the person was asking me. Like, there was like, tell me
So
about
interesting thing, the U for them, it's pretty similar to the Brazilian sound, because in Brazil, the sound of U is U as well. So it's similar.
That's what they do. They do pronounce like the U like straight, like fussy. They pronounce like fussy, like
fussy.
Really weird, you know. Like yeah,
Okay.
It's crazy. Like for me, like I do have some like Dublin words because I did learn English in Dublin, but like but I say but, like they don't say but. A lot of some like Cork people, they say butch. It's some like butcher, you know, like when you're going to buy some meat, you know. Sometimes I really hear butch. They say a butch and they go ahead, you know. Okay. I do say but. That's the way they Dublin, like they do speak. So we get some way of speaking, depends who you live with and where you learn English, like because people technically when you come here to Ireland to learn English, a lot of people, they know some English already because they're used to American TV show. Therefore, they do speak very similar to American way. Mm-hmm. And then here, like for me, it was very different because I didn't know much like of English, but like for me was I never pronounced ask like they do here. It's like ask. I can't remember the like. Fast, like I can't even say fast anymore, like an apple, like I say apple, like even for MacBook I say MacBook, I say like MacBook, fast, apple, ask me. So it's very different accent, so it takes me a while to digest it. Once you digest it, you start to talk like them, then you're just very ridiculous because when you go like out of the country, people say, look, what the fuck are you saying, you know, like what you're talking about, why you pronounce like this, you know. So you become to be very different because they do have like very particular way of saying some things here, you know. And another thing, like
Valerio has a question for you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Nice to meet everybody. Chrystian, you talk about your experience with food and you hated the first year. I want to know the difference of the food in Ireland and Brazil, comparison.
It starts with the salt, okay? About salt is like, well, every time I used to complain about salt, they say, here's the salt, put the food. I say, I don't want to put the food now. I want you while you're cooking, you know, like, because they say, what's the difference? No, say, I always tell them like, because not the difference. Like I can't add the salt afterwards because like technically it's not the same. I don't want to eat any ground of salt. No, I don't want to have this experience. So for them, it's like it's very different because in the morning they do have their big famous English breakfast with the sausage, beans, sausage, beans, bacon, some potatoes, depends what you're getting, and eggs.
Wow.
Also, one very weird thing that they have here is like a kind of black pudding. It's kind of sausage. It's like chouriço, Brazil, you know, like it's
Is
some,
it like a blood sausage?
yeah, blood sausage,
Blood
yeah.
sausage,
Oh.
Like
yes.
white and black one. So they do have it. So in the morning, it's very big breakfast.
It's
And
strange.
when they go for lunch, using a
And-
sandwich. a
And
small-
Chrystian, did you travel around Europe?
Yeah, I did when I was like
Okay.
before
So,
coming back to-
So you have tried the many different cuisines from Europe, right? The
No,
other.
I never been to a casino. Like
No, no casino, no casino. Food, about food. Sorry.
Cuisine,
The
cuisine.
cuisines.
cuisine.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
cuisine.
it's
Sorry,
my
sorry.
accent. I'm so sorry. No, come
No,
on.
no.
So,
Man,
so-
I'm very fussy for any food. So for me, it's more like steak. Like I've been like to 13
Good.
countries so far. I'm going to Philippines
Wow.
like in 2 months. So basically,
Philippines?
yeah, because the company has a headquarter there. So that's why.
Oh.
Anyway, I'm always go for steak. So always ordering.
okay, but my question for you, if you compares with the food culture in your country, do you like it?
No.
No.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Like, when I go out here, I go for what I know that I like in terms of Irish food, okay? Which is like cottage pie. You know, escondidinho that you have in Brazil?
Yeah,
So it's like the cottage pie, and shepherd pie is something like in England, but it's pretty much the same thing because technically they do with lamb, and the other one you do with beef mince. So there's no difference basically in taste, but like they do it that a lot. And to be honest, like nowadays, what they do it at work is ridiculous because that's what I'm saying. They have a very big and for lunch, small sandwich, soup, and some crisps. So they love
Yeah.
crisps. You know, the Tato, I don't know if you ever heard this brand, but Tato here is like a Ruffles for us in Brazil, you know.
Alessandro, you have a question? No? And then
No, he just
Rodrigo.
answered my question.
Ah, okay. And then Rodrigo has a question.
Christian,
Yeah.
we listen here Brazil about xenophobia in Ireland and against Brazilian more sometimes. And I want to know if you have in your life this kind of experience, bad experience with xenophobia from the native people.
Yeah, I did. Like I experienced that like my first year of Ireland. Like I used to live in a neighborhood that's it's not like by knackers, you know, which is like a Brazilian create a secret name. We call them Nana. So
Nana.
yeah, Nana. Yeah, I don't know why really and who, but like when we refer like Nana, we are referring to knackers.
What is a knocker?
Sorry?
What is a knocker?
Knocker is those people that they depend on the government to live. They don't work. They don't do
A welfare system.
Yeah, so they really don't do anything in their life. Like then they hate foreigners basically, and depends where you're living. When they spot that you are not like that, you are Brazilian or you are from anywhere apart from Ireland, they kind of like they try to not bully you, but they try to attack you physically. Like when I like used to be like a lot of kids when I used to go to school when I first came to Ireland. And people used to throw eggs on me, you know. So, and believe it or not, eggs really hurt. You know,
But man, I'm so sorry. But why?
You know? Sorry?
Why it happened with you exactly?
Well, I don't know why it happened to me, but that's what I'm saying. They don't like foreigners, and because that's a big difference like, in the world now. Like, immigration is one thing, but like when you don't have the immigration controls is another thing. So
yeah, sure.
A lot of people come here and say, Brazil is not nice. I don't like there. No,
okay,
yeah. They start coming.
Yeah,
Like,
it happened everywhere. For example, here in Brazil, we can face almost the same with the people from Central America countries, you know.
Or
sometimes
Venezuela.
Yeah, even Venezuela. because the Brazilian people, unfortunately, we feel that we are not part of Latin America, but we are Latin people, you know. And sometimes the Brazilian people don't feel like this, so it's weird.
Yeah, no, yeah, it is weird, as you said, but like here, like it happened all the time. Like, and recently, like a Canadian guy passed here, like he died. He's dead now because he was attacked in Dublin, also in Dublin streets. Yeah, you see, like it's Canadian, like he does speak English, he's native English speaker, and he could communicate easily and say, "Come on, like don't do that with me" or whatever. But what I'm saying here is, when they hear you speaking, you are not from there. Even like technically, they don't like anyone that's not from Dublin, you know. And Dublin, like the neighborhood in Dublin is by numbers, okay? Like you have like odd numbers and even numbers. So Dublin 2, 4, 6, 8 is one side of the river, and Dublin 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 is the other side of the river. So North Dublin and South Dublin, they don't like each other, so they are always fighting. So it's insane. Like and the Garda, which is like the police here, it's ridiculous. They are all like sorry, like our Bruce's age now. Like technically, they don't. No, I'm saying they don't renew their staff. You know, like it's insane. Like they don't have like, let's say, enough to work. You know, and they don't, like, if someone can just, like, I don't know what they have here. They have a kind of like a fetish in stealing
bicycle, right?
Yeah, if you leave your bike outside, like you were watching Everybody Hates Chris, you know, like it goes, like it gets stolen, gets stolen like in a second.
Man, my bike survived the whole Latin America in my bike trips, but I had my bike stolen in Prague.
Jesus, so, yeah, I don't know what happened here with bike, man. Really, they bring a lot of like screwdriver, a lot of tools. The tools with them, they kind of don't matter what you put there, how you lock it, it's not gonna work. They're gonna steal it, you know. So it's.
I have a theory about the bad humor on people from Dublin, because the food is horrible. How do you? Yes, the food's horrible. You said it. How can you be happy if the food is horrible?
I'm not that person for you to rely on in terms of
my
food.
gosh.
I just eat meat, so that's the problem. But before, as I'm saying, like if you rely on rice and beans, I think you're gonna have like some issues here. But after that, like you go very okay. Because when, like, for me, like what's nice here, also a problem for a lot of people, usually Brazilian, they come here, like they get really fat, like after a few months, because you know, in Brazil, brioche, all the biscuit, you know, chocolate biscuit and chocolate, you know, like it's so cheap here. And they do have very nice ones, like 4 cents here. In Brazil, like this, the one that's cheap used to be cheap, actually, like 50 cents. It's awful, only sugar. Here, no, the quality is really good. So when you come here, like when you go to supermarket, like €1 you buy like a rice, a bag of rice, a bag like of like pasta, and the pasta sauce, like it's just 40 cents. No, like you can make a pasta for €1. So it's really cheap for you to not eat, I'd say, health food, you know. So
but the beer is not cold. How can we drink the beer?
Because sometimes it's super cold, the weather.
My God.
The beer is cold. The beer is cold.
Really?
It is.
Yeah.
The pubs cold.
Yeah.
Oh.
What?
Sorry,
like, they
sorry
have some beer not cold also, but it's one of them. Like also same for
Chrystian,
wine.
it's because sometimes we forgot the weather contribute for the beer temperature. For example, sometimes we can just left the pack outside of the window, for example, in Czech Republic, and at night was like a -17, and the beer it's perfect to drink, you know. So
exactly.
We forgot about it.
Yeah, that's a room temp. But that's a problem here. Like what people are talking about this, like it's the opposite. Like in Brazil, kind of like cool outside, you get in, actually hot outside, you get in somewhere, it's cool because their AC is on. Here is the opposite, you know, it's very cold outside. When you get in, it's really warm because there's heater anywhere you go. So it's kind of like, it's very easy to live, you know. The only thing here is about the weather. That's not that nice. And if you don't have a car, depends where you live and what you do, your life is gonna be like a very difficult one, because the public transport here, the time that I used to use that was awful, really terrible. One of the worst one. If you think São Paulo is bad.
Yeah.
you
About
need
the
to find it.
weather, it's kind of a not raining day, but how will we say when it is small
Showering.
raining,
Showering.
like huh?
It's a showering.
Yeah, so it's most part
Drizzle.
of the drizzle. Yeah, thank you. It's more part of the time is kind of a gray day, drizzle, something like that.
Yeah, it's about being cloudy, and gray day is more like London. You know? Depends where you are, depends on the day, depends on the station. You might have something similar, but the problem here is not that. The problem is that you have like you can have 3-4 seasons in the same day. So
Oh, okay.
that's the problem. Like it's not reliable at all. The forecast not reliable. The forecast is basically it's gonna be sunny. You can count that it's probably gonna rain at some time of the day. It's raining, the forecast for sure. It will rain, you know. So always gonna rain here, but it's not that rain all day like in Brazil. It's not that like for me. Believe it or not, this year was the first time I ever heard a thunderstorm here. You know, I never heard that before. So it's only showering, like drizzling, and when it's raining, like it's really hard to. Rarely it happens, you know, that's raining is a little bit heavy, you know.
Okay,
Yeah.
Carlos has a question for you. Carlos.
Yeah, Carlos.
You are mute.
Oh, hello. Thank you, Bruce, for the opportunity for talking or speaking something. And Chrystian, you're very good, the conversation tonight. Okay, I was here listening to you the last opportunity, and it is very interesting your history. About Ireland, I was reading here in Wikipedia. They have a 5.5 population.
Yeah.
And 1/3 is interesting because 1/3 of the women, they don't have husbands. Okay.
I get scared
Okay.
right now.
And another thing, a serious thing, they are neutral. Politically and military neutral. Okay, they don't go to war. They just take care of defense of the country. Okay.
Wow.
How do you feel this about the military or a kind of a religion? They are mainly Catholic, and the North Ireland are Protestants. Do you feel these problems there or not? And what's the reason? What's the reason? A lot of companies they are going to Ireland for the stay there working.
Because of the
cost?
Money.
Tax. Kind of like a paradise here, no? Like they don't need to pay much tax, and the government gives a lot of incentive for them, no? But it's really changing now because they can't, I would say, have more people to live in Dublin. For instance, when you have a company there, you can't find accommodation. So for you, it's really hard to live there. And in terms of religion, is I know the story, as you said, but like regarding the history, like Protestant and Catholics here, but I don't know like about like in Belfast in Northern Ireland. But like what I know here is in Republic of Ireland, a lot of people are Catholic. It's true, but only I'd say 50 years old over, you know, like because they like 20s, 30s, they don't believe in God, you know. If you say something about God, they kind of laugh, you know. So it's a kind of like apparently it was a very strict country in terms of being Catholic. Then the generation start to, let's say, to avoid it, you know, and now they kind of make fun of it, you know. And about like the defense and political and being neutral, to be honest, I don't know how much that's true because, for instance, like for Ukraine and Russia, we have a lot of Ukrainian people living here because Ireland, for being part of Europe, they are accommodate a lot of Ukrainian people here. So I think like if Europe itself or NATO, which is OTAN, if they really get involved into the war, I think Ireland would be also sending some military stuff, no? So, but yeah, technically, in terms of economies, economically speaking, Germany, France, and Ireland, they're the best ones now here. And Ireland is one of the best countries now to live in terms of making money. But also, depends where you live, you're going to spend all the money that we're making, you know? So it's kind of like very nice of a company. They pay very well, but also you spend very well. So.
And Rodrigo.
Ireland is the euro, right? The
Sorry, yeah,
currency is
euro.
euro, right? Okay.
Euro, yeah, euro.
Okay. And Rodrigo.
Okay. Thank you, Chrystian.
No worries.
2018, I visited England and Scotland.
Yeah.
In this time, both living under the European Community, and now after the Brexit. And my brother lives in Liverpool. The sign of a team, Liverpool team.
Yeah.
Here.
Awful accent of the world is in Liverpool, man. So sorry.
When you visit, I can see in the supermarket a lot of options of food, vegetables, and the price is more cheap than here in Brazil sometimes.
Comparing the economies, huh?
Yeah, and now I know from my brother the prices in England is very high. In this case, Ireland belongs to European Community.
European.
Yeah. And you said the food is cheap and there are a lot of options in the supermarket.
No, yeah. What I mean about the food is like the meat's a bit different, okay? Like we have like our Nelore, like our cows, and here is Angus black, like I don't like that kind of cow, like so it's just like the taste of the meat's a bit different for me because I like meat, And when you go to butcher, also like if you can share the screen there, Bruce, please, just to show the Irish cut for the cow.
Okay.
Because kind of like we in Brazil, we have specific like small parts of the cow. You know what part you want. There they kind of like you will see now like the picture.
Yeah, what is it that you want me to look at?
Just Google Irish meat cut or Irish cow cut.
Irish cow
cuts.
Cuts.
Yeah.
Cuts like this. Let's see what that comes up with.
The price of the meat is very high.
Go to images, please.
Okay.
You see like okay, click on the first image there, the cow. Let's see if you can make it.
Okay.
So see like rump, for instance, like if compared to Brazil, like you get like you can get like a contrafilé, you can get like some picanha, depends where you get in there, alcatra.
Okay.
So it's kind of like if you are buying rump, you can get like any piece of this, depends like how lucky you are that day. For instance, if you get like colchão mole, colchão duro, like it's gonna be the same thing, So it's kind of like it's really difficult for you go to butcher or you go to supermarket. But the meat in supermarket, like they're pretty much like there's sirloin, which kind of like supposed to be like our contrafilé, and rump would be like our picanha. But like picanha is not this size, so if you get alcatra to fry, it's gonna be very dry. So I struggled with that in the beginning, But like if you eat like the point is if you go out, if you dine out, okay, if you go for food, like you're gonna take you a while to get ready that, for instance, like let's say a cheese sandwich. Cheese sandwich here is cheese and bread.
Yeah,
that's it.
because cheese sandwich, not like in Brazil, cheese sandwich, like cheese, burger, tomato, lettuce, no.
Okay.
So they are literally mean that. Like another thing that they do here is disgusting. I don't know how come people can eat that. Like they just spread some butter and put some crisps.
You mean
And they-
potato chips? Potato chips?
Yeah. Sorry?
Potato chips.
Yeah, well, yeah, the potato chips, yeah, the crisps, yeah, they put that in, and they eat that, and they love it. I don't know how come someone can love it.
Yeah,
or-
in Italy they change the butter to the butter, right? Butter
Mhm,
to the olive oil, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah, the same thing they put that anywhere. Like, so for me, it's more like I don't like it, no. But they love fries. I don't like fries like that way. And sometimes like when I'm having like lunch with someone, I see them like have potato salad, fries, and some roast potato. No, like they have potato different ways in the same meal. Then I say,
Wow.
man, how can you have so many potatoes? They say they're all
Man.
different. I say,
Man,
no, it's
you
not that. They're not different. They're the same. And they keep insisting telling me that
You
it's
describe the
it's-
Argentinian food, really. You describe the Argentina food because they love meat, of course, but the Argentina food is the basement is the potato.
Yeah, man, I don't know how come can survive. Like I don't like potato that much. No, so if you depends. What I say about that is they don't put that much salt. It's really low in salt. Okay. And when sugar thing, also very okay. It's not like Brazil sugar. Okay, a lot of sugar. Salt, you put a lot of salt. So in Brazil, you do have like very strong taste. And here, it's very light. So it takes a while like to get into this. So if you are afraid of food, what I meant is if you are fussy like I am, eat only specific things, you might struggle. For instance, if you go for pizza here, it's ridiculous. Because if like Brazil, Bruce, for you, have you ever had, I believe, like a chicken catupiry pizza, right?
Yes.
You see how the chicken is there. So it's
Mhm.
good. Here, the chicken, they really cut a small piece, like cube, and put the chicken on pizza. So you have like, let's say, 5, 6 small piece of chicken in pizza. No, like I can't eat that. It's not that
Yeah.
chicken. No?
But the
And
Italian
that's it.
people, when see what the Brazilian people have done with the pizza, they start to cry, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I have some Italian friends. When I show them our pizza, they kind of like they say that we are crazy, that they destroy it. But at least the Italian one, they have a nice dough, you know?
Yeah.
That's good. But here, they don't have nice dough either. Like it's kind of like for me, it's very bad, you know. Like so, in terms of food, I'm not that best guy because I'm gonna just point out.
Yeah,
bad
straight
things.
on in the kind of food. I got you. Yeah.
But tell Lorraine, I think you'll be okay. You can go. It's okay.
Yeah, I can go. Yeah, I can go. Really, but really, in terms of
I am crazy now.
in terms of
My
security,
God.
really, in terms of security, it's really good compared to Brazil. I know there are a lot of like say bad things that you can see in news, but compared to Brazil and São Paulo, like it's completely different, no? If you like you
Yeah,
watch
of course.
Athena there like for 5 minutes, like they needed like 3 months to create like a Athena TV show because they don't have that many crimes here the same way that we have in São Paulo. So
Oh,
Man,
wow.
why are you watching from Brazil? That thing, oh my gosh, really? Don't do that.
no, like the police, they don't even use gun here. They don't have gun. Okay,
Yeah.
they don't need it.
I think this is awesome. I think this is awesome, but it's a lot about the culture as well. I'm not sure if you can work like in your place, in your country. I really don't know how can we change this kind of approach,
Yeah, no, it's very
And
different.
Brazil doesn't work.
Yeah, so
we
if
don't know. We don't know.
if you are like if you are interested in coming here, like it's easy, like in terms of let's say you want to have a nice life here, okay, but you need to be careful where you go in terms of learning English because for you to speak English, you really need to get into their culture, and they are very close. Very close. They don't accept new friends, depends how they are. For instance, I'm gonna give you an example is their friendship is you are born, you go to school, those friends, you carry them for all your life. They don't, it's really rare when you get new friends. You make some colleagues, like some acquaintance, at work, but friends are the ones that you studied with when you are in school.
Yeah.
Okay, guys,
So
we're
like
coming to
that.
the end.
My
We're coming to the
God.
end of our time here. Does anybody have a question they want to ask? One, maybe
Like,
one or two more
Bruce,
questions. Yes.
If you want to extend a little bit more, I don't mind really.
Well,
You can go extra 10 minutes. I really don't mind.
well, that's up to you guys. I have to go. I have to go shopping with the wife. You know.
Oh, family
And
time.
I
Family
need to eat
time.
dinner, and I
It's
need to eat
good.
dinner too.
Send how can I say, send to Carlos the
The
direction
management.
of this.
Yeah.
The management.
Yeah, that's possible too. But do you guys have any more questions? Are you guys enjoying this?
Yeah,
No,
for example,
I'm just checking that these countries are so to visit. It's not to live, not to eat.
No, really, it's gonna look like in terms of career, it's really good because
Yes.
it's have a very nice like
Okay, Alessandra.
big companies. It's gonna be very easy for you to get hired here because it's easy. Yeah, say Alessandra.
Okay, so I have a question about tourism. You have any recommendations of places that we should visit besides Dublin? That's like
Oh yeah,
that you
so
think good.
one of them is Cliffs of Moher. Like you can Google it. It's really nice. The cliffs is very known. And Wicklow, you know, like P.S. I Love You, the move.
yeah, for sure, with the
Yeah.
Gerard Butler, right?
Yeah, the Wicklow
Yeah,
also is
with
one
the
of
300. This is Sparta.
yeah, like so the one of the scene of that move, like it was recorded there. Like so there's like a Killarney, also national park. It's really
Wow,
nice. You can Google them there, you're gonna see. And it's very famous here, people that they do the Ring of Kerry. Okay. Which is like Kerry is considered the best county, condado, okay, here in Ireland, in terms of beauty. It's amazing. So there is like a route here that you do. It's kind of like, I think it's 180 kilometers that you can stop visiting a lot of places. So
it's perfect to go by bike, for example.
Yeah, you can go by bike. Yeah, people do go by bike. Yeah, you can go like anti-clockwise or clockwise because you can.
Is it safe to travel alone? Like in my case.
Oh yeah. No, yeah, you are okay. You are
okay.
We are from Brazil. Like I'd say you can go anywhere. So it would be way safer here.
Well, in reference to that question, what is the incidence rate of rape for women? You know, getting raped as a woman.
To be honest,
you hear about it in the news a lot, or no?
Oh, I never heard any rape story here.
Okay.
Really, to be honest.
Cool.
Really. What I hear here is attack like Deliveroo guys, like the bike that are there just doing their food. So the Deliveroo guys, like they get fight with knackers because knackers kind of order the food to attract them to their neighborhood, and they go there and they attack them. And a lot of the Deliveroo guys, they kind of like go together, like to pay the, let's say, to revenge, So kind of like, but it usually happens in Dublin, okay? Like Cork I never heard anything like that in Cork. Okay. Like it's more in Dublin. Dublin is like too saturated, a lot of people, different country. There's no more, I would say, Ireland there. It's more like, I'd say New York.
This is a capital problem everywhere, You go for Brasilia, here in Brazil is exactly the same. There is not the best sample of the Brazilian culture. Brasilia really is the same in Buenos Aires, in Argentina, is the same in Dublin, I guess.
Yeah, Dublin is the same. Yeah, like if you want to really to know like how Irish is, you really need to go to the countryside, very like small towns. Then you really stop by, have a pint there. Then you're gonna talk to locals. So
well, if you don't drink beer to socialize with the people, what do you drink?
Oh, no, yeah,
I
can have wine.
Wine. Can have a glass of wine. Okay.
Yeah, I can have a glass of wine and talk to people. No.
So
and
Marcia,
I received an invite to drink beer from Chrystian the
Stella
video.
Troy, this is a Belgian one. You should try the art from Ireland, man.
Yeah. Okay, Marcia,
you
you have a
should-
question.
Sorry, I was just wanted to ask him if hi Chrystian, good morning from Japan. I just wanted to ask if you have
Ohayou
more
gozaimasu.
Irish. Ohayou gozaimasu. So I just wonder if you have more Irish friends or foreign friends or Brazilian friends. That's what my question.
Now, like that I'm here like 10 years, like I can say that I have 3-4 Irish people that are very close to me. But pretty much like all people that I go to their houses, they are more Brazilians because we met each other working. Then they are Brazilian also, so we kind of like create like our friendship circle. But
Okay, yeah.
my Irish friends are more like for work and for gym. So
Okay.
that's like it's kind of like a segment, no?
Guys,
How-
I'm sorry, but I do need to go. If you guys want to stay and Christian's willing to do that, that's fine. The recording will stop now, and that's okay. Okay, this should take
I
a
need
couple-
I need to go as well, guys.
I need to
Okay.
go.
Okay. Oh, Marcia, you're sweet. You're waking up now. Come on, girl.
Yeah, I gotta go out to go. I gotta buy groceries.
Okay.
Yeah.
So thank you guys. Thank you, Christian. And
Bye,
I'll see
Thank
you
you
the next
so
time.
much, guys. Very good.
Thank you for your
Chrystian.
time,
Thank
bro.
you.
Cheers.
Thank you. Take care, you all.